Hey, good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at Lululemon Athletica. Ticker symbol is LULU. And I want to start out by showing you the larger time frame dating back to 2018, 2019. You can see we were in this massive incline impulse move to the upside. We topped out at about $520. Then we've been in this massive impulsive move down to where we are today at 206.81. Now, here's where it gets interesting. We find ourselves into some very interesting levels of support, and well, I'm going to show you that. So, I want to start by designating the COVID low, right? So we have this pivot top high, local here, then we have this low, then we have the high, then we have this low. So what I want to do is I want to show you some trend lines that I've identified, first being the COVID low trend line, right? So we have using this pivot low, and then look where we fall today. Look where, and we're selling off quite rapidly because the market's selling off post FOMC. But here we are, right? We've been in this massive move down, this gap down, as you can see on earnings. Even though earnings were good, guidance wasn't so good. So we had this massive drop from $330 down to $218. It bounced. Then to 254, and here we are. Here we find ourselves today, right? So I want to show you a couple things. One being this impulsive wave down. So we have a 1, we have a 2, we have a 3, we have a 4, and we have a 5. We're putting in the 5, right? Could go lower, but we're pretty much, if you do the fib extensions and things like that, we're into the levels that would qualify this for Elliott wave theory as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have that. Next, I want to show you some additional trend lines. So next, I want to show you this trend line, right? So if you take this pivot top high through all of this price action, this low right here, through this low, or most recent low, what does that put us? Right here. Okay, now, watch this. Here's another trend line. Look at this. These lows here, this low, this low, this low, it just kisses and then takes us into that. Okay, next trend line. This high, all through this price action, through these local lows, and where does that put us? Right here. Okay, so a lot of support into this area, right? X marks the spot. Multiple factor confluence lining up with this spot, right? At 206, 207, right? And we're kind of through it today. It's actually, I think, 208 to be exact. Yeah, and you just have all of these. I mean, you could take this one through this here, and then that actually puts us below it, but all in this area, right? So we already went through one trend line, so I'll take that off. Next, I want to show you a couple things. Okay, so this pivot top kind of high area, this range right here. In fact, what I'd like to probably do is do this. I'm going to show you this. It's pretty much a demand zone, right? This whole little area right here. I'm just going to put that in there, and I'm going to change it to make it using this low. Let's give it some room. That takes us to 192. Okay, let me change this to green. This whole little range right here. Okay, so sorry, I'm doing this on the fly. But you have this kind of, now this is a demand zone, right? It's come through here. You clearly have this area right here of many days, several weeks, right? You have this low, so, and then you have this high, you have this consolidation right here before it broke out. So this will now act as a demand zone, and we're getting right into the top of that demand zone now, okay? So we also have that. Next up, I want to show you this. So I'm going to reapply. We have that line that we're basically going through today and piercing. Then the next trend line is this one. Now, the reason that one's blue is because of, as an additional, my swing strategy, I'd isolate going into a trade like this. Like I'm in the trade today as of 207.50, so it's a little bit lower right now. But my trading style is such that I go into a trade at a level like this, but I also identify additional levels that if the trade goes against me, I'm prepared to add, right? So that would be another area in which I would be prepared to add. Probably would be down right about 183-ish. Now I want to put on some additional trend lines, and I'm going to put all those in there. Okay, so here's what we have, right? We have this level, which I got in today at 207, I think 50, I'll just leave it at 2077. Okay, that's my first entry. Okay, my second entry will be right here. So this area of support aligns with this diagonal support. If needed and this trade goes against me, I'm prepared to add 1% here. So I'm going in with 1% of my portfolio here, cash value of my portfolio. Then I'm prepared to add 1% at this level. And then if it goes against me again, right, I would be prepared, and it would probably be somewhere in here. Before it bounces, I'd be prepared to add at that third level. Then that would be 2%. So 1%, 1%, 2%. That gets me a 4% position in this, but my dollar cost average is somewhere in here, right? So then once it snaps back in and it does what I expect it to do, now my hope is that it snaps back from here, right? We just go up, and my initial first price target is going to be about 244, okay, right about here, okay. So say it does something like that. That's great, right? We make our 15%, we're out of the trade. But if it goes against us, then we're going to be prepared to add here, here, and here again. So what you're doing is you're creating a dollar cost average entry strategy that keeps the current price, or your dollar cost average, very close to the current price, so that in the event it comes down here, we build the position higher, and then the minute it goes into profit, it's easy for us to take our win and get a 10 to 15% gain. So that's the way I trade from a share purchase perspective. And as you can see, we have just unbelievable support. X marks the spot here. Multi-factor alignment, confluence there. We have our additional buy levels. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave impulse down. We're into this demand zone. RSI looks good. We have RSI bullish divergence. You can see from this low here, right? This low here. And let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see it. Let's bring that out. So we have this low here, and now we're in the process of making another low. This likely will curl up once we get our bounce. This will curl up, and then we'll have bullish divergence there. So anticipatory on that front, but you can see how that's setting up. And yeah, I mean, how can you not love this trade? It's getting in the demand zone. We have this clear-cut descending wedge that we're also in, guys, right? So we have that, and then you have this that you're breaking through right now. You can draw this like so. Take this like this. You're obviously breaking through it right now. You had this wedge. It was coiling up, and now we might be putting in what I think might be a bear trap here. So we'll be on the lookout for it over the coming days. But if you're a counter trend trader and you're looking for a bullish setup, then this, my friends, is the one. You have all this support. You have the ability to get into it at what I believe is a great technical level. But you're going to have to be prepared to add if it goes against you, as any good trader does. Manage your position, manage your risk, control your emotions, know what you're getting into. And this one could be massively explosive, guys, because once this breaks out of here, I won't be holding it until that. I'll be, my first target, like I said, is about 240, 244, which puts us right here. Because I could see it doing something like this, right? And sorry for all these lines here. Let me take some of this off. Now that you've seen all of this on here, let's take all these off. Take that off. Okay. So this is the wedge that it's breaking down from right now, but again, could be potentially a bull trap. But I could see it doing something like this, right? Maybe an inverse head and shoulders, right? Got this. And now this is very, very premature and very speculative, but that would be my target. Say it comes up here, establishes a neckline, comes back down here, tests down here, and comes back up. Now, who knows if it forms that or not, but I could see it doing something like that, and I would be a seller right here in this, this 244, right in this area right here, this 244 range. Before it does that, like I'm going to sell into that move once we get our bounce, and then wait for it to, to potentially create that, and then once we form that, and it could take several weeks, several months to kind of play out. But yeah, that's kind of how I see it. But we are into some unbelievable technical levels here with all of that confluence, and I'm just going to throw it back on so y'all can see it, so you can just see how much confluence that is. It's truly amazing, really. Throw those back on. Throw that all back on. Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah. So those are the additional buy levels. I'll leave it here so you can take a look at it. Let's zoom back out just so you can see kind of where we're at. And yeah, that's kind of what I have for you guys. So I like it. It's a lot of support, a lot of opportunity. You just got to be willing to manage your risk, control your emotions, and I think this is a winner longer term, you know, over the next couple weeks or months. So until the next time, guys, do me a favor if you like the analysis today, comment below, share with your friends, like, tell me what you like, tell me what you dislike. Want that engagement, trying to build a really good community of traders, and feedback's important. So if you can, love you for just subscribe to the channel, tick that little bell, and you'll get these real-time alerts as they happen, as market breaks down, and as positions or opportunities present themselves. I'm going to be the first to bring it to you guys. Okay? Well, that's all I got for you today on Lululemon. Yeah. Good luck. Oh, let me remind you, not financial advice. Everything I give on this channel is for educational purposes only, and to show you obviously what I'm doing with my own trading portfolio and strategy. You have my price levels, you have my entries, but do your due diligence. Okay, take care, guys. Bye.